Hey, it's Kathy with Fantastic Hobbies, and I have a mess on my desk. So let me show you what I have on my desk. We're back from vacation from Universal and Disney in Orlando, and I picked up, I was going to show you first, I am going to open up the stuff I bought from Michael's, the Christmas paper. I said I would do that when I got back. But I wanted to show you this. I think it's really, really cute. And I don't know why I didn't open this. Alright, so I picked this up from Universal. And it's part of the Halloween Horror Nights. They have a Mel's Drive-In place there where you can get burgers. And during Halloween Horror Nights, it turns into Mel's Die-In. The R and the V goes... The R and the V goes out, and so you're just left with the die-in. And I saw these pads, and look, there's post-it notes and more post-it notes. But it was so cute. If I have a little clip of it here, I'll overlay it here. But they had zombies out, and some of them had on skates, and some were just walking around. And it was really, really cute. But then look at these guest checks. So it does say Mel's Drive-In and have a nice day. And then these are just notepads. You've got your jukebox, your old-timey jukebox. So I thought that was a cute. When I saw this, I was like, oh, I must have this. But they also had these decals. I thought that was really cute. So I'll probably decorate a page in my composition notebook, and I am working on that since I've been back. Let's see, is there anything else? I am going to save my little bit of cardboard there for who knows what, I don't know. And I got, while I was gone, I think I've got one more. I'll have to show that to you later. It's downstairs. But I got this die set off of Amazon. It's the Papercraft, and it's the tree. I just thought it was really pretty with all the little leaves and everything. So I picked that up, and then I got also the loopy swirl frames. I thought that was really cute, something neat. So I picked that up also. And then this was the part of the cooking. It's still the Papercraft Christmas house pockets. I just thought that was really, really pretty, how you can make that look like a house. So I picked that up also. Now, to what I picked up from Michael's. We'll just start over here. I did get the Holly Jolly Vellum. I thought it was adorable. And let's see if I can. That's just the red with maybe some pink stars. And you got some really tiny deer here. That's really cute. And then you've got Santa with a pink background. Sorry, I was checking on my cat. And then you've got some holly and some pink bows. And some Christmas trees, and I don't know if you can tell, but those have it's on a light pink background, but they've got some bows at the top, or sort of near the top. And then you've got presents. I think you can see that. And this is a green that says Merry and Bright. And then you got some ornaments. And that's it for this little vellum pad. These were, how much were these? These were $6.99, and I picked them up in the store. So I got it for $5.24 because I had 25% off. I just have a coupon that stays in my coupon thing for 25% off. I guess I bought so much last year. They had something last year that where I just have 25% off. And then this is, I did get a lot of the 6x6, but the thing I'm noticing about doing that is that you lose the foil. And there was something in here, I think it was in this Mary Maximus that I really love the foil on, and I lost it. I may go back at some point. If they still have those, you know, some left when they go about 50% off. I just can't remember. My Christmas stuff is put up and I can't remember what I have in there. So anyway, so you've got a really pretty, I know you guys have already seen this, but I'll just do a quick flip through. Double-sided, 6x6. And does anybody feel like I do? This just the cutest little reindeer. That you like to have the double-sided paper, but in a way, you almost feel like you're not getting everything you could if you bought a 12x12. Like I could have 2 sheets of this and 2 sheets of that. So you it's kind of a trade-off, but I like this too in case you want to make a pocket. You've got like a good alternating side. Anyway, so this one has some tags, and sometimes I don't use these as tags. If you can cut them off, you know, I would just cut the Holly Jolly off and it be, you know, use it as a sentiment. Same thing as the little cat and the, you know, you can just use those as sentiments and not have to use them for tags. There's your ornaments and your bows. And then you've got some gloves, very coquette here. And then you've got a green with different color stars and dots and diamonds maybe. And then you've got bows. I don't like how they did these. Some of these are upside down. And then you've got your deer there, your small deer. And then you've got some more holly. And what is that? That's green. Oh, it's green. It's bows. Very, I guess that you would consider that a tone on tone. And here's your Christmas tree with the little bow, and then some more bows. And then here you got the doggy, and the kitty. And this is just a pattern. I'll just call it a pattern. And you've got some small sentiments here. Pretty darn cute. Pretty darn cute. And that's the back side of that. That looks like it's got some distressing to it. So cute. I like the Holly Jolly set. And then I got the 6x6 in the gingerbread forest. And I do like this. Not a lot. I mean, it's not my favorite, but I do like it. Here's your border strips. And a snowflake pattern. Kind of like that because it's in the back. You don't have to use that just for Christmas. And you've got some trees with a distressed green background, and then you've got this green sweater pattern. I can see using this just for winter time too. Maybe not this one. Oh, maybe. Well, it says baking spirits bright, so yeah. But you could use that. And then, I don't know, what is this? What kind of flower is that? It almost reminds me of vanilla. And then just some branches. And there is an uneven border. Real pretty there. Like I said, I'm not objecting to having a 12 by 12 in some of these, but I just don't know how much I would use it. Looks like a fir. And some more snowflakes. Some more branches. So that one's very cute too. And then this one is the Mary Maximus. I just thought it was fun colors. Like I said, in the 12 by 12, this has foil on it, and you lose that in this 6 by 6. Oh, but it's still cute. And I think this one had foil on it too, and of course it's not there. But you've got like a pink tree. Leave a comment if you you own a pink tree. This is a little bit much for me. I think I would just use that side. Cute. That one's really cute. And then you've got your writing spot or your label. You could use it as a label, or you could stamp something in there. And then that's a full sheet of something. And here's your border strips. And there's just like a realistic image. I do like that. I think it's pretty. It's pretty. That's pretty. And I think I've said this before, I'm really not into the smiley faces. It's cute, but I think that was after, I hear a lot of people talking about it, but I think that was after my younger years. And there's a green tree. And there's just some icons you can fussy cut out, or just use the back. And there is one of those psychedelic checked patterns. And then I really love this reindeer right here. That's on the back of it. Okay, a green stripe. And then I got this Silent Night. I just thought it was like really pretty and really neat. I have looked at this already, and I don't know if it would look better maybe in the 12 by 12. I don't know. But it's like you can hardly see the tree. You get you get the idea that the tree is there, but it's just very hard to see. And then you have that pattern on the back, and that's almost like a gray or a charcoal. And then you have these really tiny little deer here. You can just barely make out some of this stuff. That's why but you know what? I mean, it's different and I like it. But I just wish some of it was a little easier to see. But here's your border strips. Just a dotted behind there. And then this is, I guess it's just like, maybe it's supposed to be like a black silky or satin material. think that's what maybe it's supposed to be, or either it's just distressed. And then there is like a geometric pattern. And then there's some cut-aparts, cute cut-aparts. Really like those. And then you have this. I don't even know how to describe this. It reminds me of something like a concrete that's like you've tried to paint and or you tried to put ink or tried to paint it, and the paint is like fell down in the cracks, and what's left raised hasn't had any ink on it. Does that make sense? That's what this reminds me of. I'm not sure about that one, guys. And then you got some stars here and just a black page. And then you got some bows, some small bows here. And then just a stripe pattern, what I call a pinstripe. And what's on the back of there? I can't even, is that tiny, itty bitty little, let's see if you can see that. Guess that's supposed to be like a star. I think that went greeny. Now let me make sure you're in focus again. Okay. So you've got some stars here on a black sky, and we've got this again, just in a lighter color. And then that's pretty, some pretty cut parts. This is just hard to see. That looks like maybe some black, maybe black denim or something like that. And some more bows. And this pattern again, but in a different color. I hope that hasn't been out of focus the whole time. And then that pattern. And another kind of distressed. A lot of just black in there. Right there is just black. Right there is just black. There is just black. I don't know, guys. We'll see if I pull out something for that. And I got this one that says Christmas, and I know it is the one that was called Say Freeze. So I went ahead and picked it up. I always think it's cute. I'm not really big into the craft colors, and I think in the past it's really been well, that's not helping. Okay. A lot of craft, but I didn't see a lot of craft in this one, so I went ahead and picked it up. And the color is just not, let me do this. The color looks better here. Okay. So, and then you've got this brown stripe on the back, and then you've got some cut-aparts, and, oh, that's cute. The candy canes, the different colored candy canes, and that's a pretty color. We got some snowflakes here and some snow globes, really cute. And some red snowflakes. And then we've got some presents. And a green background with some different snowflakes on it. And then we have like a craft color with some snowflakes. And just a red diagonal stripe. Would you call that diagonal? Oh, I can't even think today. just tired from the trip. It always wears us out when we go to Florida. But you got the truck there. And the back is the red tone on tone instead of plaid. Listen, I'm going to start doing some school as to what patterns are. And just some trucks. Let me try to put this down because I think it's too much. Okay, sorry it goes back and forth, guys. That's partly my fault. And here's your border page, really cute. And you've got a brown background with some snowflakes and some frosties, really cute. And the green, and this is the full 6x6 Let It Snow, really cute. Oh, and then you got red background with the candy canes, that's cute. And then you got the holly and red background with the snowflakes. They had it covered there with the snowflakes. And then this, I did get the 12 by 12 in this one. Let me see if I can just back it up just a little bit. Okay. So this is single-sided. And hold on a minute because I want to see one thing. Okay, so this right here says 121 pounds. And these, this was 66.7 pounds, which is their usual, what it usually says. Oh, but look, 180 G/M, whatever that really means, 180 G/M. So, I don't know if this is, that was like labeled incorrectly, but you know, it may be a little thicker, but I would say not by much. To me, it almost feels the same. I don't know, guys. That's the one thing I wanted to kind of check out. It just kind of feels the same. It may be a little bit, just a tad, and I mean just a skosh. If it's thicker, it's not by much. But I would say it's the same. I don't have my Christmas paper out yet, so I can't really test it with last year's Christmas paper. But that's one thing I wanted to look at when I got back. Let me just move a couple things right here so I'm not knocking stuff off my desk. Okay, so this is the Jules and Jollies. The Jules and Jollies. The Jules and Jolly. 121 pound it says. 29 designs, 2 sheets each, and of course it's single-sided. 58 sheets total. So, your first page here is some ornaments, and see how the pretty foiling. I wouldn't have got that if I got my 6x6. And then you've got a pretty stripe here, and a pretty horizontal stripe with pinks and blue and purple and teal, white, pretty. And then you've got a pink here, pink snowflakes, different kinds. And this is pretty much what sold me on this pad. I like the pink Pop, Fizz, Clink, and Cheers, Clink, Drink. And then you can do these as a block, or you can like cut them out singly. I thought that was pretty neat. And I do like the colors of this. Except for the blues in here. I'm not really crazy about the blues. I'm not a blue Christmas person. This is not too bad, because you've got your pinks and your greens and all that. But when it just becomes the pink, listen to me, the blue, and that's pretty. And it's all the little icons. And you can do the same thing here. You could like, I don't know if I would want to cut them down that small though, but you could use just blocks of those. And then some really pretty cut aparts here. I'm hoping you can see them all. I think you can. And I like that they're different sized. It seems like there's a lot of, I wish there was more like this and this, even like that, and less like this. That's pretty. I like the colors of that. That's pretty. I don't know if the lighting is like really doing this justice. That's a pretty one. Same thing with the green, all the greens. That's pretty. And you've got some ovals and some circles and some tags. Would you have to use these as tags? Nope. And then you get into some blues. I mean, this is okay. You wouldn't have to use that for Christmas. You could use that any time of year. So blues, I'm okay with blues during the summer. But, and the light blue during winter. Not necessarily for Christmas, but during winter. But, and that's okay. But I don't know. I'm not crazy about the blues. Like this blue background, I'm not crazy about that. And this is okay for the winter. And here are your border strips. Really cute. You could even cut those out and use them as cut aparts. And this is blue or purple. I think this is purple, like a lavender. Pretty. And I'm not crazy about these, I don't know, jewel trees, I guess they are. I'm not crazy about those, but I may find a use for it. And some more pretty snowflakes. And some smaller ornaments with some, it looks like jewels. Jewels and jolly. That's pretty. We've got some pinks going on here. And then some snowflakes. And I think that's it. That's it for that. And then I did pick up these frames. And they're kind of neat. Let me just take them out. So they're holographic, if you can see. The cat disappears. And then on Santa here, I can't figure out what it is with him, but I think it's the holly there. And then on the reindeer, his bow around his neck disappears. And then on this one, the the bow down here disappears, and then the bow disappears, and then the dog, the poodle there, disappears. I thought those were like really neat, kind of different. But Michael seems to be doing the holographic stuff here. They had a lot of holographic stuff for Halloween. But I did get, this was the ephemera, and this went with the Holly Jolly set, and this is what you get in it. Let's see. It says 24 printed cardstock, 8 printed vellum, and 8 printed acetate. But I thought that was really cute and pretty. You get the cat, 2 cats, and the dog and the cat, and the dog and the tree, a dog. Some gloves. Look at the little reindeer. You get the Santa. Cute stuff. And then this is the die cut stickers. I do like the thicker stickers. And but it says it's 9 cardstock stickers, 3 cardstock with foil stickers, 2 vellum stickers, and 2 acetate. So there's vellum and acetate in here. Wonder if that's an acetate there. Okay, so I guess that's all your, well, 3 cardstock. I guess that's your 3 cardstock with foil. I don't know, guys. It's all in there. Anyway, so that's what I picked up from that. Thought that was really cute. That all goes with the Holly Jolly set. And then I got these. And it says shaker ornaments, and this is what it says. So you glue that to the acetate, put in your stuff, glue that down to that, I guess, and that to the bag. And it says there's enough in here to make 4. But eventually, when I get all my stuff out, I will look at this. But I do want to see, because I thought it was, these are pretty thin. So I don't know that it would make a very hardy, oh wait. Okay, so this is thicker. But I thought this would be gold, but it's not gold. So I wonder if I need to like paint those or something. I don't know, guys. What would y'all do? Would you paint it? Get rid of that. So it looks like you have so many of these really thin ones. I'll get all this mixed up. And then so many of the thicker ones. 1, 2, 3. Am I missing something? Oh, yeah. Okay. So you have 4 of those and 4 of these. And then you have 4 acetate pieces and then 4 backs. So I guess it would go something like this. And I guess that would give you a little bit, enough in there to put a little bit of a shaker anyway. I wonder if you could pop it up, still pop it up on foam. I don't know, guys. I'll play with it eventually, and we'll see. But anyway, so I think that is it for my haul. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.